This is ABC15 Mornings.
It is debate night in America. And get out and vote.
President calling for supporters to get to the polls while his challenger is preparing for tonight.
I'm going to try very hard to focus on the issues that affect the American people and talk to them.
Why tonight could be unlike anything we've ever seen.
Before the debate, a vote on Judge Amy Coney Barrett. We take you live to Washington.
The votes are arriving within 20 minutes. The Postal Service delivering mail-in ballots to Maricopa County.
Pollsters definitely had to take a long look in the mirror after the 2016 election.
Don't expect history to repeat itself. Why the polls are different this year.
Are Arizonans tired of masks and social distancing? A warning for everyone about a coronavirus surge in our state.
The beauty of it is it does not take a lot of exercise to return to a good level of function.
The sun will be up soon, and it is going to be a gorgeous day. So why not get outside and enjoy it? Deep breath in, right? And we can enjoy it together here in paradise. At least we think so. Thanks for waking up with ABC 15 Mornings. Kaylee O'Kelly here in studio. My friend Nick Saletti is social distancing from the newsroom. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Kaylee. I think finally it's like the payoff for that long, hot summer that just did not want to end across Arizona. Let's check in with meteorologist Jorge Torres, who is in for Iris today. He's in studio, and he's got a quick look at that most accurate forecast. Good morning, Jorge.
Hey, good morning, Nick, and good morning, everyone. On this pleasant Thursday morning, temperatures in the lower 60s across at least parts of the valley, including Chandler. Now it's 60 degrees for you folks in the East Valley this morning, 62 in Glendale, 68 at Sky Harbor, and near 70 still for you folks in Mesa. And the planner for the rest of your Friday Eve showing those temperatures climbing into the 80s by 10, and we'll be in the 90s once again, so it'll still be a warmer than average afternoon, but no triple digits in the forecast, not just today, but anytime soon. In fact, look at the forecast for Monday. We're going from 94 today to 73 degrees early next week, and a promising chance of rain now, and even snow for parts of the high country for the first time this season. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes, but first, for a check on traffic, here is Chelsea Davis. Good morning, Chelsea.
Good morning, Jorge. We have been covering this traffic alert for everybody all morning long. We have a closure on Loop 101 northbound between Indian School and Chaparral. We have some live pictures to show you as well from the scene. Because of this deadly crash, there's an ongoing investigation. So a quick note as to what happened here. Around 3 this morning, DPS was receiving calls of a wrong-way driver traveling south in the northbound lanes near Chaparral, and then shortly after that got calls about a head-on collision. So there was a driver in the SUV traveling south in the northbound lanes who collided with a motorcyclist. The motorcyclist died. The driver of the SUV not injured. Now the investigation's ongoing. Impairment might be a factor, and we're not sure when the freeway itself is going to open again. So let's go ahead and look at our accident log group traffic maps. I'm going to zoom us into the area here. You can see a solid line of red of Loop 101 in that northbound direction, even before you get to where the actual closure is. And that's because there's a secondary crash and people are trying to get off the freeway. So if you can travel surface street level, go west of Loop 101. Don't use Scottsdale. The speedometer popping up there saying traveling at 12 miles per hour. It's just as slow there as it is on the freeway. So you're going to want to use Hayden. That's at least 43 miles per hour going in that northbound direction. Then re-enter the freeway at McDonald Drive. And once this is all clear and back open, I'll definitely keep you posted. But the rest of your commute looks okay. East Valley, mostly green flows. West Valley, some slowing on I-10 because there was a crash near 51st Avenue. I-17 also slow approaching downtown. A couple crashes up in the high country. I-17 southbound near Badger Springs. Another one I-17 southbound near State Route 169. But take a look at our ADOT cam. Again, don't get caught in this mess. Loop 101 northbound between Chaparral and or between Indian School and Chaparral still closed right now.
A busy morning out there, Chelsea. Thank you. New for you this morning, a potential break in the case of that deadly drive-by shooting in Mesa. Overnight, police towing away a silver Kia Soul near 7th Avenue in Southern. It is that same vehicle police have been hoping to find for nearly a week. It's unclear if anyone was taken into custody, but officers are telling us this is connected to the Mesa shooting from last Friday night. 7 people were shot at that food truck event. A 1-year-old boy later died from his injuries, and we are expecting updates from Mesa Police Department later today. Also happening this morning, an armed suspect in critical condition after being shot by Phoenix police near 35th Avenue in Washington. Police were initially called to investigate gunfire at an apartment complex during an argument. And when they got there, they found the suspect in a vehicle. They say he took off and they followed. When the vehicle stopped, the man reportedly got out holding a rifle. He was shot by officers, and a woman was also in the vehicle. She was not hurt.
Morning, where of course we know it's going to be a busy day. The Senate Judiciary Committee expected to vote on President Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Amy Coney Barrett. You see Senator Lindsey Graham, the chair there of this committee there, talking to his panel. They're planning to, we're told Democrats are on this committee are planning to boycott the hearing, but the long shot attempt unlikely to stall this confirmation. Today's vote is expected to pass along party lines with Republicans in the majority. The full Senate would then vote to confirm Barrett on Monday. We, of course, will continue to monitor this hearing, and you could watch the live stream on our ABC15 mobile app, and you could also watch it on your favorite streaming device.
Tonight, President Donald Trump and Joe Biden will be together on a stage for a final presidential debate. The 90-minute event coming 12 days before the election, as early voting is now underway, though, across the country. And more than 35 million people have already cast their ballots. Right now, President Trump is behind his Democratic challenger, according to the polls. His focus remains making sure all of his supporters get out and vote.
Get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your co-workers, get your boss, rip him out of the seat, and get out and vote.
Meantime, the former vice president says he is going into tonight with a game plan.
I'm going to try very hard to focus on the issues that affect the American people and talk to them.
We will have to wait and see if that new mute feature makes a difference tonight. The goal is to limit the amount of interruptions. And you can watch the debate right here on ABC 15 starting at 6.
This morning, the CDC is redefining what it means to be in close contact with someone who has COVID-19. The original guidelines state being within 6 feet of an infected person for 15 minutes or more counts as exposure. Now the CDC is including scenarios where people would spend that amount of time over a 24-hour period. The change was triggered by an investigation in Vermont where correctional officers became infected after brief interactions with positive inmates throughout the day.
Coronavirus cases continue to go up in our state, and it is taking a toll on some of our schools. Today, Wilson School District in Phoenix becomes the first to go back to virtual learning. Officials making that call after an outbreak at Wilson Primary, but they may not be the last. Students at Castile High School in Queen Creek returned to campus last week, and now there are 5 confirmed COVID cases there, 102 kids in quarantine. Experts following the data closely are telling us in the next week or so, the state dashboard could likely show serious spikes in certain school districts, specifically Queen Creek, Gilbert, and Scottsdale Unified.
Queen Creek is really hot. It went from 14 cases per week as they opened up, and now it's at 140 cases per week. At this point, it's gone vertical.
And already, 7 high school football teams have had to cancel their games for this week. The head of the AIA is telling us he's hopeful fall sports can finish their seasons, but he is warning athletic directors a single outbreak could be very costly.
We could get a better idea of the FDA standards of a COVID-19 vaccine and what they'll need to do to meet this to be approved. The FDA is adding an extra step in the approval process, asking outside scientists for their input. Today, the advisory committee will reveal its current standards for the vaccine and then debate with scientists whether the guidelines are thorough enough.
Well, the city of Phoenix is launching a brand new safety campaign.
So next time and every time, scan the street for wheels and feet.
So the goal with this is to encourage all drivers to watch out for different types of transportation, like electric scooters or people in wheelchairs. Our Operation Safe Roads team tracking the city's efforts to improve pedestrian safety after a rise in the number of deaths from adding hawk signals and flashing beacons. This latest push is part of their Heads Up pedestrian safety program.
The science behind the polls. New this morning, an exclusive interview with someone who makes a living getting the numbers right.
Well, making sure every ballot counts. Millions being cast by mail alone here in Maricopa County. I'm Geographic, and coming up, we're talking with the Postal Service about what happens after you drop it in your mailbox.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Chelsea Davis here. Been watching the roadways for you. We're going to talk about all the things happening on our Valley roadways. First thing here, we're going to zoom into Scottsdale, actually East Valley, just to show you that your commute is clear right now, unless you travel on Loop 101 through Scottsdale. That's because of a deadly crash from the earlier hours this morning. So Loop 101 closed northbound between Indian School and Chaparral, and there's a secondary crash out there too, and it's very slow before you're even diverted off of the freeway. So for now, I would exit way sooner, like just take the surface streets if you need to travel northbound there, and use Hayden instead of Scottsdale. Scottsdale's traveling 13 miles per hour in that northbound direction, whereas Hayden is 41. Then re-enter the freeway at McDonald, or depending on where you need to go, you could always just travel on State Route 51, completely green there, making your way up north. Loop 101 to I-10. We are seeing big lines of red here, not only in the eastbound direction, but westbound too, because there was a crash I-10 westbound near 51st Avenue. So factor in some extra time there. With our desert drive time, 38 minutes on I-10 to go eastbound between Loop 101 and the mini stack. Now, the rest of your Valley commute looks okay, but again, I-10, you need extra time, and take a look at our ADOT cam. Loop 101, you're going to need extra time. This is what it looks like in the backup before you're even diverted off of the freeway, Loop 101 northbound near Indian School. So again, stick to those alternate routes, surface streets, or even the 51. I'll check back in with you guys in a few, let you know what other updates I have. But for now, let's check in with meteorologist Jorge Torres. Good morning.
Morning, Chelsea. We are off and running on this Thursday, Friday Eve, almost there to Friday and the weekend. What's going to be a cooler weekend. That's how it looks right now, looking toward the superstitions off to the east as the sun begins to rise here in the valley. And in fact, we just got our latest update regarding the drought monitor. And as expected, the drought continues to worsen here in Arizona. Now, 3/4 of the state under an extreme drought. That's because we've had very little rainfall over the past few weeks and months, but there is finally some good news in our forecast regarding the potential for some wet weather. We'll have to wait till early next week, though. But today, through at least the early part of the weekend, temperatures should remain above average, humidity will remain low, and the wind will be breezy to windy through at least Sunday into Monday ahead of our next storm system, mainly in central and northern Arizona. Now, as far as futurecast winds this afternoon, wind speeds anywhere from 10 to 20 as you head toward the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff, along with Kingman, gusting up to 25, potentially even 30 miles per hour in a few locations. More the same on Friday. And as I mentioned, through the weekend, the wind will pick up even more ahead of our next storm system. Now, as far as the chance of rain, we'll have to wait till about late Sunday, and especially Monday is our best opportunity, at least here in the valley. And in northern Arizona, a better chance for some snowfall as we progress through next week. Now, from now until Saturday, still looking high and dry. Right now, temperatures are quite comfortable across the valley, in the mid-60s in Santan Valley and Apache Junction. Mesa now at 63, Maricopa 60, same in Chandler, and across the West Valley. Look at Buckeye. 59 degrees this morning, 60 in Wickenburg and 62 in Surprise and Scottsdale and Cave Creek, currently in the mid-60s. The planner for the rest of your Thursday showing those temperatures climbing to the mid-70s at 9. Still a hot afternoon with highs up to 94 degrees and eventually in the 80s by about 7. Elsewhere across the valley today, climbing into the upper 80s up north from Anthem to Cave Creek. 90s elsewhere, including Tempe, Ahwatukee, and Glendale, all at 93. Northern Arizona still feeling like fall with highs in the 70s from Flagstaff to Heber and Show Low, near 80 in Payson and Prescott, 83 in Sedona, and 94 as you head toward Lake Havasu and Quartzsite. But the big cool down is coming next week. We'll be in the mid-80s on Sunday, even near 90 on Saturday, and then look at Monday, 73 degrees, and that's where a chance of rain really picks up. So today, tomorrow, and Saturday, still looking dry and still warm, but Saturday it's closer to that seasonal average. Breezy on Sunday with a high of 85, slight chance for a shower at 10%, and then look at that forecast on Monday, 73 degrees, overnight lows in the 50s, and that chance of rain, the highest it's been in quite some time, 40%, and then slowly drying out Tuesday onward, but staying fall-like. Temperatures below average, finally in the 70s for much of next week.
You have to blow all the dust off the boots and the umbrellas for sure. All right, Jorge, thank you so much. You know, more than 1 million people in Maricopa County have already voted, and right now the Postal Service is handing ballots over to election officials. Our John Genovese busy this morning. He's live near 48th Street and Washington. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kaylee. And that's set to happen in just a few minutes here. But being inside this post office, really fascinating to see how exactly this all works. Millions of ballots, I'm told, will be cast by mail just this election. Samantha Lamb with the Postal Service joining us live this morning. So, Samantha, walk us through what happens when somebody drops their ballot in the mailbox to how it actually gets to the elections office.
Yes, thank you, John. Actually, the carriers will pick up the ballots from the collection box, bring it back to their station, where then it is picked up by our trucks and brought to the mail processing facility. It goes through several sort systems in the machines, which eventually it is taken out like this for Maricopa County, and then the Maricopa County elections will actually come up and pick up their ballots from us.
And you said each one of those trays holds several hundred ballots, and these carts are full of them. If you had to guesstimate, how many ballots do we have just here that are going to be transferred off today?
At least 100,000 almost, it looks like, on that one right there.
Take me through what that process looks like when these are actually handed over to election officials.
Yes, we actually have only certified officials from the election departments that are allowed to pick them up. They will come in, we will verify their identity before they pick them up, and we will have them transfer this to their vehicle while they are being monitored to ensure that they are within sight at all times.
I know every piece of mail is important, but when a carrier picks up a ballot, how is that maybe treated differently?
We're actually using extraordinary measures to ensure the timely and secure delivery of ballots. So they are making sure that those come in special to the plant as quickly as possible to ensure delivery.
And just give us a scope, like this election, how many ballots do you guys think you'll process in Maricopa County and maybe statewide?
I know Maricopa County, they mailed out at least several million ballots alone. At the state, probably about 4 million at least.
We've heard rhetoric out there. We've heard mixed messages. What would you say to any voter who is concerned about dropping off their ballot in the mail?
The Postal Service has been doing this for over 30 years, Arizona for a very long time. We are committed to ensure that the timely, secure delivery of all ballots. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for a long time.
And I told you this before, it is really amazing for me to come in here and see how you guys are able to sort all these pieces of mail, certainly ballots as well, out from one another. Thank you so much, Samantha, for making time for us this morning. And guys, as she just mentioned, that transfer is going to be happening in just a few minutes. We will be here for that and share that a little bit later on today. But very amazing, very interesting to see how this all works. And certainly you just have a few weeks left to get that ballot in the mail if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, John Genovese reporting live for us. Yep, tomorrow is the last day to request a mail-in ballot, and then they suggest you get it in the mail by the 27th just to make sure it gets there on time. If not, you can always drop it off at a polling site on Election Day as well. Helping students explore the world during this pandemic, National Geographic offering virtual field trips for teachers. Each program features a 20-minute video field trip followed by a 20-minute panel with the explorers. Teachers can even submit questions from students. National Geographic will also provide classrooms with learning materials to go with these virtual trips. The first one is today, and there is another one next Thursday. To learn more, go to dccollaborative.org.
Well, if you are struggling right now to connect with your kids, help is available. The City of Tempe is holding a virtual town hall, and this is going to highlight the importance of emotional well-being among our kids. So many of us just need conversation starters, right? Well, the city is partnering with the Valley nonprofit Not My Kid, and Tempe's mayor is sitting down with experts today to help parents spot the warning signs, and they're also going to give us tools for support. It's a free event. It starts at 2 o'clock. And we have put the link to register for you. It's up at abc15.com/rebound.
Well, according to a new study, kids would rather spend time with their pets than their siblings. Researchers looked at the relationships between 12-year-olds and their siblings and their pets.
Okay, but in this one, the kids also reported fewer challenges, which makes sense, and more satisfaction with their pets. Nick, maybe that has to do with the fact that they can't talk back, they can't tell on you to mom and dad. Maybe they would if they could, though. Overall, girls reported a stronger bond with their pets. They're so sweet and calming. All right, obesity, diabetes, even liver disease. This pandemic leaving so many of us isolated and alone at home. This morning, why doctors have a warning about all that sitting around.
Plus, getting back to work today, a major retailer holds a national hiring event to get ahead of the holiday season.
.624 and happening today, Macy's is holding a national holiday hiring event. The company is ready to fill seasonal positions at stores, call centers, and distribution centers. More than 4,800 positions are up for grabs here in Arizona, and today's event is in person at the Goodyear Fulfillment Center. If you can't make it out there today, walk-in interviews are also available at select times. For more information on that, just go to macy'sjobs.com.
Well, stages statewide still in the dark. Live events are just another big part of Arizona's economy that COVID-19 has put on hold. The Arizona Live Events Coalition surveyed 1,200 businesses and their owners in this industry. Roughly 70% say without help from Congress, they will likely be closed permanently by January. The coalition estimates live events contribute $1 trillion to the U.S. economy and 12 million jobs.
It has had such a ripple effect in so many other areas of the economy that people don't typically think of.
Carla Federick is with the Phoenix Theater Company, and she says that they have had to get creative to stay afloat. They're selling tickets to shows at a brand new outdoor space this fall. They hope they can return to their indoor theater before next June. Still ahead at 6:30, could our 11 electoral votes be the most important ones in this election? Why experts say Arizona matters more than ever before.
Plus, COVID-19 cases are on the rise. In just moments, we chat with an ASU professor concerned about the next few weeks.